ladies and gentlemen. We are here with Power Up Talk Show, a talk show that brings together community leaders, inspirational people that are making an impact in our community. I'm Sandy Spady. I'm your host at Power Up Talk Show, and we are here to get inspired, motivate, and empower. First of all, we always have to kick it off with our amazing Craftsman cocktail, Dion, with Songbird.
Hey ladies, thank you. Thank you very much for having me. It's always an honor and a privilege to be here. Today I thought I'd do something, I'd start out with something a little bit different, something that you can make both with or without alcohol, because 'tis the season to have family over, and sometimes when you're with family, you have to stay in a very easy state of mind, so to speak. So we're gonna start out with a little bit of our salted caramel syrup. So this is gonna be the sweetener for our cocktail. And then we're gonna add, I like to use Simply Apple because it's only apple cider. There are no other ingredients added to this. So if you're wondering, this is 1 part to 2 parts. It's very easy to make. And then I always like to take an emergency blender with me to parties. So we're gonna blend that up. Now the thing about having an immersion blender is it keeps you from having to shake or stir anything because it does all the work for you. And then we just pour these guys.
It's kind of like a little fall, right? Mocktail, because this is not, there's no alcohol, so it's a mocktail, and it sounds scrumptious.
It's pretty delicious. So I've had it both ways, and it's pretty delicious. I just call it a salted caramel apple. Now, the top of this is a little bit different. So I like to use a pumpkin spice whipped cream. Because who doesn't love pumpkin spice?
Everyone loves it.
Everyone.
Yes.
And then I top it off with a little pumpkin caramel sauce. And there we have it. Our caramel apple. It's so easy.
Yay. Thank you, Dion Bass.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me, ladies.
You're welcome. We are here to power up an amazing guest. I'm so excited today. We are here, first of all, going to toast because I have an amazing guest today. I have the one and only Shannon Bingham. She is the 2024 Midwest International, and we are here to just motivate and just go on your journey of this exciting new road that you are on with your pageantry. So let's just go ahead. Well, we're going to toast, but we're not going to drink because, well, it's whipped cream. We're saving this, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my gosh, it smells delicious.
I know. So a wife, mother, a co-owner of 7 Salon and Boutique. I just love that you decided to do something out of the blue. You told yourself, I'm just going to do it, right? Bring us on that journey of your pageantry, how you decided to do it, what made you want to do it, and then share that journey with us, Shannon.
Sure. A couple of mentors. And first of all, thank you for having me. This is way cool. A couple of my mentors I had been talking to had mentioned maybe you should look at pageantry just to give like a different elevation to what your platform is and what you are passionate about, and bring light to some of the things that you're doing that may not happen naturally in our world. So I decided to pursue that, and this last year I was actually appointed to the title of Mrs. Nebraska International, and I went on to compete, and it was one of the most incredible journeys that I've ever been on. And this year I've been appointed by the director of the pageant system as Mrs. Midwest International. So I will get to go compete one more time, and it has been such a fantastic journey, and I see such value in it now that I've been there, that it's just been such a great journey.
I love that it's a journey because I think women in general, we always have a different journey. We always have a different roadmap. And tell me, as far as that journey, being a wife, a mother, a co-owner of a salon, how do you manage all of that?
So I only am behind the chair 3 days a week. And then I have an amazing business partner as well. And so we really try to encourage each other to take those breaks and to keep those spots open for things that are important to us. Because I am a photographer as well. So I have a lot of passions that I try to kind of mitigate down to where I can handle it. I am a mom of 3. My oldest one is adopted as well, which has been such a great time. But just to kind of give my family a little bit, give my business a little bit, and give my friends a little bit too. So.
I love that you brought up the adoption part, because this is one of her true passions, to bring awareness for adoption families, and she is an advocate on adoption. Tell me, how did all that begin?
So years back, I had struggled a little bit with infertility for a few years, but I knew that I always wanted to adopt a child. That was something that was always very, very important to me. One day we decided that was going to be the journey we take. We went through some classes, and lo and behold, within the next 9 months, I became an adoptive mother of my son Seth. And so it was so amazing. I was in the room when he was born, got to photograph his birth, and so that just sparked something in me that I didn't know was there. And I hadn't become a mother yet, and so at that point was the moment, and I tell you what, it changed my life.
Yes. So. I love that part, that it changed your life. And then afterwards, after having your adopted son Seth, how many years later did you have your children, your other two?
Gosh, I was pregnant within the next year.
Wow.
So they're 18 and a half months apart. My youngest son is 8. He is now 14, I think. Yes. And my oldest son is 16. And then I also now have a daughter that's 7. So
I love that.
Yeah.
So tell me, how do you bring awareness for the adoption families? I'm sure you do a ton in the community, and I just want everyone to know her greatness.
Yes. So lately I've been working with several charities and organizations here in town, including the Nebraska Children's Home. I also do some things with the Release Inc., which is a foster care family. They do a lot for the foster care community here in the city of Omaha. And I also have a new Instagram that I've started, where I'm going to be doing a lot of Instagram lives with people. It's called the Adoption Connection. So if you look up that, it's got a little heart and a triangle, which is our symbol of adoption. And we'll be interviewing people that have had stories of adoption, because we all are connected through adoption. It says in the Bible that we're actually connected through Jesus' blood and adopted into the kingdom of heaven. So that's kind of my motive and mission. And then we will be able to connect families as well. So
I love that.
Yeah.
And there's a reason, audience, why we're wearing white today.
Yes.
There's no accident in this, boys and girls. Tell us, what is the purpose behind white?
Yeah, white is actually the color that represents and symbolizes adoption. So when thinking about pageantry and the brand and the things that I do with adoption, this is a color that's going to probably transcribe through my entire journey as well. So it's kind of fun. It's not a color I actually get to choose very often as a hairstylist, because this would be ruined in 5 seconds flat in the salon. So we definitely like to try to do something a little more black in the salon, but this does represent adoption, so it's kind of fun.
I love that. And I believe there's a great hashtag for that, correct?
Yes. And so when next month is Adoption Awareness Month, national, and then November 9th is actually World Adoption Day. And so those are important things. So if you hashtag the Adoption Connection, that will link me, and that will also be able to something that the audience can do. If you just take a picture, make your hands into a heart, however you want, and then hashtag the Adoption Connection, it'll just open up those doors for people to say, what does that mean? What is that doing? And it'll show some works for that. So
I love that. It brings awareness to such a great cause. What are other ways that we could help you to bring awareness?
So lately I've been going into a lot of schools and speaking involving adoption. There's a lot of things that happen in the school systems with adopted kids that maybe become bullied. They may have names that they say, or they may say mean things to them in regards to their situation. So I like to go into schools and educate a lot of the schools. And actually I've had a lot of adults reach out as well, because they want to begin an adoption journey themselves. So have me in to speak. I'd love to share more about the journey and how you can get connected and involved, and just empower people to understand what adoption is and what it's about, and what that looks like as a parent. So
I love that. I love that. Tell me, the next thing is that being, the Midwest International 2024, tell us, what do you have in store for this upcoming year?
Oh gosh, I have lots in store. I just did a Release Inc. golf outing. I'm on today with you, which is, I'm again so privileged, thankful. And then coming up, I'm going to be speaking at several high schools, several schools around the area about adoption. And I have many more things that I'm probably going to put into the next year, just trying to organize it to where I have still time for my family, still time for my business, and still be able to promote and secure those times with adoption. So
I love that.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to the high schools, is there a particular age group that you talk to?
Yep. We talk to everything, and actually that's through the Heart of the Child Ministries, who I go in there with. So they'll do like ultrasounds on pregnant women and kind of just educate them. So I'll come in at the adoption piece of it. And so that shows the kids that piece, and they have that option. that is one of their options for having a baby if they end up pregnant or whatever. So we usually take from 7th grade until seniors, really. Below that might be a little bit too much for them, but sometimes we'll have from 5th grade on. So.
And I love that because I'm also very involved with Heart of Ministries, and they are a great nonprofit of education, right? And I love that we both are very empowered by helping young adults. Really. Yep. And just inspiring them. Thank you for that. The next thing is being a woman in general. I know we have so much self-confidence that, you have to just be ready, right?
Yeah.
You have to be ready to hit that stage. Yes. What do you find that helps you when you don't feel like being on the stage? That helps you when you don't feel like taking that stage or doing that talk or making that appearance? What is it that helps you do it anyway?
Knowing that somebody's going to hear it, that may need to hear it. And I know that even if I don't feel like I don't have the energy to do it, or if I don't feel like that, I know there's somebody out there that needs to hear something that I have to say. And that those kind of people did so many things for me in my life. So for me, I want to do that for others as well. So for me, I love that. And, getting up on stage at Midwest or in the international pageants, that's like a terrifying experience for a lot of women. But to be able to, showcase that confidence, and all of us built each other up so much on stage, it was an amazing experience. And so for me, I was like so energized every time I hit that stage from those women around me.
I love that. And then my next question is, you would think in a competitive world, right, with women, that it sounds like they're very supportive, and I love that.
I was shocked because I had a preconceived idea of what pageantry was. When I showed up, these women blew my mind. They were all so supportive, and there was so many women that I thought maybe, even with my tattoos, I saw a lot of women covering their tattoos up, and by the end of it, they were like, I had mine out the whole time, and sometimes you just don't even realize what people are going through and stuff. So, but I'm hoping to empower other women to be even more of themselves on stage with pageantry. And we're just supportive of each other. There was one girl on stage that was, she's the first time she was walking on stage, she was real crunched over and she was not okay. And I said, put your shoulders back and walk, girl. You own this stage. And so by the end of it, she was great. Mrs. Ukraine, actually, she did not want to speak on stage. She was really struggling one time, and all of us just started clapping and supporting her because it's about that. Ultimately, it's not about the competition. It's about each other. And we are all have a mission and a motive. And so for us to all be supportive of each other, we're not competitive like that. We want to see each other win. So that's huge.
And that's what I love. And that's what I love with Voices also. It's being supportive, because we've all had those times in our lives where we had not really that support that we wanted. And I think as seasoned as we get, we really want to showcase and share that with younger women of really just finding your confidence from within, being you. I love that your tattoos are out and it's you. And they're also, you supported the other ones that were like, I'm going to show mine too. And it's that authentic inner help, that you have learned, and your confidence that I think that the whole world needs to share, right?
Yeah. Well, it's crazy is I actually had a couple of people reach out to me after pageant that had seen me or watched me on social media. They were like, you inspired me to be able to go into pageantry now because I have tattoos and didn't think that was something I could do. And so that, for me, again, it's that one person that maybe I made an impact on that was important. So
that brings me to my next question. If someone's out there right now and they're thinking, I wonder if I could do this. I wonder if I could, be in a pageant and really share who I am as a woman. What would you tell them?
Do it. I mean, I am all about challenging yourself to that next level and leveling up and doing something new, because what it does is it grows you, it gets you out of your norm, it puts you in a position that you're not comfortable in so that you have to stretch into that role. We get super comfortable, we get super complacent with our life, and for me that's just not how I roll. I have to continue to move up a ladder in some way or the other. Doesn't have to be success, it can be anything. I just wanted to do something different, and that challenge pushes you into a new role that you can't just fake. You have to be there. So the presence of you as a woman is then challenged, and you can rise up to that occasion. So
I love that you say challenge, because I love to challenge women, because sometimes you need that person that says, I see that in you. I feel you can do it. And you need that person just to say, I challenge you. Just do it. Go do it because I see it. I love that you feel that way also.
You and I are similar that way.
I think so. Let's go challenge the world. I'm coming after you. Alrighty. The next thing I want to do is, I'm so excited. Edge magazine. I love this local Nebraska, Omaha magazine,
Yes.
women-owned. I love everything about it. Tell us about this. How did this happen?
Gosh. Okay, so these women are incredible, and I've done their hair. We've had a partnership with them as a brand as well with my salon. But when I got this award, they were like, "Hey, we want to do a story for you in the fall or whatever." And I was like, "Wow, really?" I had no idea that was something that they wanted to do. So we put together this beautiful article. Well, a couple of weeks ago, they made it. My social media content manager actually said, "Let's have a meeting," and they surprised me. Came in the office and flipped around a board, gave me the magazine, and I was on the cover. And I literally could not handle it. Like that was so amazing and so kind of them. And I don't ever think of myself as, "Oh wow, look, that blows my mind." So it's been a cool experience, but. They're going to have their 10th anniversary party in a couple of weeks. And so for us, we're going to be celebrating them. But I'm just honored to be able to be on their cover for one of their bigger anniversary editions. So it's just mind blowing. So
just a little shout out to Edge Magazine, 10-year anniversary. Please come join the celebration of women-owned business that celebrate other women and our community. This has been great. How can we, if anyone wants to reach you or get a hold of you, how can they do it?
So I'm on Instagram, I'm on social media in various directions. The Adoption Connection is my one for adoption. Mrs. Midwest International Shannon Bingham is one also on Instagram you can follow. I have various links on my link tree. Maybe you can link that as well for them. But I'm very reachable. I own 7 salons, so even through that channel, I'm reachable. So I would love to be able to chat with anyone. Again, World Adoption Day is November 9th, so we want to make sure that we celebrate that for the kids that are adopted and for the families that are adopting. And National Adoption Month is next month, so let's celebrate. Wearing white.
Let's do it. It just made me think of a challenge for you women out there. Let's all wear white. Let's put it on Instagram. Let's do our hashtags, our hearts. Let's show that adopted families need children. So let's show our support. Get your white out, dust it off, ladies, and let's show our support.
After
Labor
Day, right?
Yes, it's okay. This has been a great show. Just thank you so much for your motivation, your inspiration.
Thank you.
For myself and for all the women. It just continues to grow, and I'm excited to watch your journey.
Thank you.
And I thank you for being here. Dion, thank you. And then this is it. Sandy Spady, Power Up Talk Show. It's up to you to take that challenge, to make a difference, be the change. Thank you. See you soon.